Yeah! What is up? And welcome to another episode of Big Kid with Will Bryant. That, my friends, that is the sound of a day off. That, my loyal friends, is the sound of a man that has no work later today. You do not have to see me drinking coffee. You do not have to endure me drinking an iced coffee with sprinkles. No. Today, my friends, you have to endure the beautiful, beautiful tastes of a PBR. Yeah, I know. Not the Rolling Rock. And I'm sorry. I decided to go a little bit different, and I did the PBR. I'm not ashamed of a nice bargain beer. Speaking of bargain beers, apparently I had some friends come over on Sunday. I told you guys. I think I told you guys I was. We were hosting. Technically, my place was hosting a birthday party for a friend. The friend that labeled me and us B Squad. Yeah, Chanel had she decided, this is how B Squad I am. She decided to have her birthday get together at my apartment on a day that I have work. Not a lie. None of that is made up. She said, "You know what day works for me? The 30th." And I was like, "All right. Well, I have work." This is how B Squad I am. I then proceeded to do some yard work to clean up, only to come to find out that they're not gonna hang out outside. No. So, me sweating and ripping weeds out of my yard, cleaning up the glass and the dead birds. Oh my God, the dead birds. Me doing all that for nothing. Because they didn't hang out outside. No. That's how B Squad I am. I did unnecessary work for a party that I would not be attending. I helped decorate, blew up balloons, wrote on a chalkboard, put it all together, said hi to a group of friends. She didn't show up in time to greet me. That's how B Squad I am. Said hi to a couple of friends, drank a beer or two, and then fucked on off to work. That's how B Squad I am. I'm so B Squad, I'm the B Squad of the B Squad squad. I'm not so much C Squad, but I'm within the B Squad. There's an A Squad and B Squad, and I'm B Squad on the B Squad. I'm B point B. B dash B. This should be the B Squad cast. I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. The B Squad of the B Squad. They were here on Sunday, and why did I bring this up? Just to talk about how B Squad I am? No, believe it or not. It actually has to do with this right here, the PBR, and one of those friends that came over, judging the fact that I had this in my fridge. Listen, I don't shame a good old-fashioned beer, man. However, apparently when he brought up beer shamed me without me even being present, my girlfriend jumped into action and said, "Hey, asshole, what beer did you bring?" He didn't bring anything. And after she moved her chess piece to the little checkmate, my friend felt so guilty that he apparently left and came back with this. And this, for my listeners and not my viewers, is a bottle of Casamigos Blanco. So, in honor of my girlfriend guilting somebody else besides me, I'm gonna pop this sucker open right here and enjoy a nice shot of Gilted Tequila. Thank you, Gary. Cheers. Thought that's how we should start off this episode, with a shot of tequila. The nice thing about this bottle, it doesn't say it. It doesn't say it, but it's aged with guilt. So a lot of work, goes into that. The guilt really makes it just slide down my throat, It's really nice. So, I'm a happy camper today. PBR and Gilted Tequila. I heard that Chanel fell down my stairs. If that isn't... If that isn't the most fitting entrance to a party I've ever heard of. Chanel, who has already labeled me as B Squad, chooses to host a party at my place on a day that I'm not around. And then the way that she enters her own party is to fall down the stairs. By the way, I've been here over a year. My girlfriend's been here over 2 years. My elderly parents have been here multiple times. Chanel, first person in the history of this apartment to fall down those stairs. Congrats. Happy birthday to you. That's an A Squad entrance if I've ever seen one. Oh, you know what? I didn't see it because I wasn't there. But you know what? I heard about it. And I am very happy about it. Happy that I wasn't the first one to fall down my steps. I am very happy about that. Thank you, Chanel, for showing us B Squatters how an A Squatter enters a party. Her own party that she threw. Or demand. You know what? Actually, she didn't throw it. She announced it, and then it happened for her. That's what happened. She said, I would like this to go down, and then you know what went down? This. That's how A Squad she is. That's what happens when you get an A Squad friend amongst a bunch of B Squad people. The son of a bitch says, I would like this. And then B Squad says, well, here is this. And you know what? I'm part of the idiocy. I'm part of the moronic stuff going on. I'm part of the problem. Because A Squad says, jump. And my dumb ass says, how high? A Squad says party, B squad says, let me start ripping weeds out of my yard. A squad says, thank you. Unnecessary. We're not using the yard. B squad says, no problem. I was at work and my girl was like, I'm going to need your help blowing up the balloons because I have no lung capacity and can't tie them. And I came home at like 4 or 5 in the morning and I saw 3 balloons. And by the way, I use the term balloon very loosely here. I saw 3 balloons hanging. And dude, these balloons were hanging so sadly that there was nothing festive about it. It looked like those 3 balloons had committed suicide with a noose in the corner of my basement. I walked in on 3 balloon suicides. They're just deflated and hanging in the corner, just swinging, lifeless. It was so eerie. The gallows my basement was that evening, that night. That twilight. It was the 3 saddest balloons I've ever seen. I was glad. Like, you know what? They're not in pain anymore. There's no more pain where those balloons went. All the nice balloons, all the ones that were fully inflated, you know, that's all me. I don't know why. I'm pretty good at balloons. It's the dumbest thing. Not balloon animals, just balloons. I have no talent for balloon. I've never tried, but I have no talent for that. I could blow up the balloon for the balloon animalist, the balloonist, the animal balloonist. But I can. You give me a bag of balloons and say we need these filled in this room in an hour. I got you. Walking out all lightheaded and shit, but I got you. It's not just the lung, it's not just the blowing, but like I'm good at the tying, you know, like got that shit. I don't know why. Not good at sports, but I'll blow the shit out of a balloon. I did not intend to open up with a recap of my B squad effort for A squatters party. I just wanted to take a shot at tequila, but I guess my dumbass decided let's go and talk about the origin story of this tequila. And I'm sorry, Chanel, but you kind of just became cannon fodder in the mix. She apparently listens to the show still, and she was a couple episodes behind and got at me for forgetting her code name. You're known amongst us by a code name. Okay? Your name is not even your actual name. So don't even. If anything, at least that party got me a bottle of tequila. A guilty bottle of tequila. What the fuck is tequila? If Shakira comes out with a tequila company and it's not called tequila, I swear to God. If she doesn't come out with a tequila company, call it tequila, and then remix her song and call it My Lips Don't Lie after she takes a shot of tequila and goes, My lips don't lie. Tequila. Aged with guilt. Tell me that won't do better than Terramana? Come on. Shakira. I was a fan of Shakira before she ever had blonde hair, and still sang in Spanish. Who remembers that? Ojos así, ciego sordo muda. You know what I forgot? Be sure to review this podcast. Imagine that was all my intro. That was all my intro. Now, fucking opening credits. Be sure to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. Follow me at I'm Will Bryant on all platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. That's 3 words at I'm Will Bryant. Actually, I gotta update this, huh? It's not Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Threads. I forgot Threads. I got to update that to include Threads. And is it? Who else has? Is it changed for everybody? Mine isn't Twitter no more. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know why. No more. Yeah, I don't have Twitter anymore. I have X. Is that who out there has Twitter? Who out there has Twitter? I have X now. When I looked down at my apps and I just saw an X, I was like, when did I download an X videos app? And how drunk was I that I downloaded an X videos app? It's not something you download. It's something you type in. And then you clear the history every couple of days, weeks, months, depends. And I was like, oh yeah, who else out there thought that this whole Twitter turning into X thing was just another troll? Even though Elon said it himself, who else thought that it was him trolling us? Raise your hand. I'm raising mine. I thought that it was all a joke. And then it happened. Even when I heard other people say, oh, it happened to me, I'm X now, blah, blah. I thought it was one of those like lies. You ever see on Twitter, sometimes they'll be like, oh, the like button has finally been changed to black, or some shit. And then you press like just to see it and it hasn't changed at all. And it's like, they got me. Y'all got me. So I thought it was like them just someone trying to get me again. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna fall for that, man. I'm not gonna fall for that. And then it happened. I became X. X gonna give it to ya. He gonna give it to you. X gave it to me. I am X. It's not Twitter anymore, guys. It's X. So do you read tweets? Is it a tweet? Are we tweeting? Are you getting X'd? I don't know, for the 17 people out there that ever saw the Jamie Kennedy Experiment, it was a hidden camera prank show. At the end, he would come out and be like, you just got X'd. And no, because nobody ever watched his show ever besides me, everyone would be like, no way. What does that mean? I got X'd? Did you just roofie me with ecstasy? They would have just gone through some ridiculous ordeal, and then Jamie Kennedy comes out and is like, you just got X'd. And they're all like, whoa, what is X'd? Wait a second. Are you that dude from Scream? Whoa. I don't know why I'm a surfer, dude. I don't know why I'm young Keanu Reeves here. Whoa. What's happening? X. I am on X now. All right? Follow me on X at Will Bryant. No, I am. On Twitter, I'm at Will Bryant. I think, right? Or did I change it to at I'm Will Bryant? I might have both. I know for sure. Look, I wanted at Will Bryant on Instagram and everything else, but there's some other stupider, less important Will Bryants out there. I know there's one that's like an artist. And then there are just others that just suck. The artist is okay. The other ones just suck. And I've thought about like trying. The artist isn't even Will Bryant. He's Will Bryant, please, like PLZ. So there's some other Will Bryant, a nobody, a fucking nobody, that that's out there. And I've thought about like offering money to get the Will Bryant. But now there's just so many things now that I don't have Will Bryant for. But I do have I'm Will Bryant. And if you noticed, I've tried to make that a little. I've tried to push that. No, I'm Will Bryant. I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. Oh, man. That's got to be so fucking annoying. Shut the fuck up. But the beauty is, I'm Will Bryant, unlike so many other platforms. But on Twitter, on X, I might be at Will Bryant. No, I'm. Because I was on Twitter for a while. I've been on Twitter for a while. I have never really been a tweeter. But I had been around just kind of watching. Lurking. Peeking. But never tweeting. I got at Will Bryant. Not 3 words. 2 words. Is a name a word, by the way? Is my little like fucking tag that I, start and end shows with or whatever, mostly end. I know I don't always start with it, but this tag, like the 3 words, is our names words? Are proper nouns words? Yes? Yes? Thank you. I think I heard someone say yes. Because imagine I'm just being like grammatically like incorrect in every time I do my little outro there. Imagine it's not 3 words. It's like, well, really, it's 1 word and 2 proper nouns. No, but a proper noun is a word, right? It's a word. It's just not a word that can be used in like trivia and shit. Like I know when you play with Hangman, you can't use proper nouns. That sounded so random. I only know that because I like played Hangman recently. Not really interesting at all. But I think, is that what's that game show? Not Jeopardy, but Wheel of Fortune. Is that a Wheel of Fortune rule that they don't do proper nouns? And also, what's that more common house game? Charades. Charades doesn't do proper nouns either. Or do they? I don't know. That clickety clack was another PBR. That is in honor of you, Gary, you shamer. Throwing shame on my beer at the party that I helped organize and didn't even get to attend. X. I think I'm at Will Bryant. No. Oh, so I think that's what I did. I had at Will Bryant. And I also created at I'm Will Bryant. So I still have Will Bryant. Because I was not gonna just give that up. Because if you ever look at a Will Bryant on like Instagram or whatever, I bet on TikTok too, and whatever else is out there, it's some guy that has posted twice ever in his life. Like, asshole, get off the name if you're not gonna use it properly. I would go so far with Will Bryant. At Will Bryant. But you know what? Fuck you. I'm just going to make at I'm Will Bryant work. All right? It's going to do it. Whether it's on Twitter or on X. Thank you, Elon X. You know what, though? I went on a little bit of a... I went down the proverbial rabbit hole. A little bit here. In regards to X. I don't know why I can't just say X. It has to be X. And And I was like, why is Elon... I thought it was a troll. Like, I still feel like it's a troll in some ways. And then I started realizing, no, I don't think it's a troll. And let me explain why I think this is... I mean, obviously it's real. It's happened. Twitter is X. And I think I kind of get why. Even though, by the way, don't agree with it at all. Super stupid and idiotic. But he's the billionaire. I'm the nobody. So drinking PBR. So who cares, right? But I did a little research. And by research, of course, as always, I mean I typed it into Google. Woo! Guilt Tequila getting popped open once again. Pour that shit out. All right. So, did you guys know that Elon Musk owns the domain x.com? See, here's the thing. Apparently, Elon Musk invented some type of whatever app or whatever. Something called Zip2 or not Zipcar, but something like Zip2 something blah, blah, blah. I could probably even look it up right now. But he invented some app that I think he ended up selling for 22 mil, something like that. Compared to what Elon Musk is worth now, chump change, I know. But he created something that he was able to sell for about 22 million. He immediately then reinvested about 18 million of that into another company. And this company was meant to just be some type of... It was meant to be involved basically in every aspect of financial transactions that would be done over the internet over some time. It seems a little crazy, right? Well, bear with me for a second, because Elon had this idea and had this company, and it was doing well, and it was called x.com. And his thinking was that when people see x.com, they think of X marks the spot. But everyone else in the boardroom, in the, I don't know, board of directors or whatever the important room is in a company, they were like, nah, we think X means like porn. And Elon was like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. And Elon Musk was actually voted out of the company that, as far as I know, from my extensive research, he created. He was voted out because they didn't want to call it x.com anymore. And so they changed the name, and it ceased being known as x.com, and then from then on forth became known as PayPal. So Elon Musk was somehow involved in the birth of PayPal. But if it were up to him, it would still be known as x.com, and who knows if it would ever who knows if it would ever have succeeded or grown to as popular as it got if it was still known as x.com. PayPal still exists to this day. Here's the thing, Elon Musk still owns x.com. And now he's tried a lot of crazy shit out there, and, you know, he's got Tesla really working for him. So he's a goddamn billionaire now. And what happens when you give someone with an ego billions of dollars? Not that an ego is necessarily a bad thing, because look, you're talking to somebody. I know you and I, we're talking right now. I'm talking to you. I'm talking at you mostly. So just shut up and listen. You're being spoken to. You're being talked at by someone that has a big ego. I acknowledge that about myself. So I guess game recognize game, ego recognize ego. When Elon Musk, that's ego. Listen, genius, obviously, but ego, sure. X.com failed for him once, but he's got so much money now that he can force it into a victory. Does he give a fuck that Twitter has been dropping in value since he took it over? No. So he bought Twitter. By the way, tried to back out of it, and Twitter was like, no. You said you were going to buy it, now you got to buy it. And he did. What was it, 40-something, was it billion? Or was it million? I don't know. Either way, he bought it. Started fucking around with it right away. Right away, started fucking around with it. Everyone can buy a blue check mark. Started fucking around with it right away. And he's limiting like how much you can see. The more you pay, the more you can see, the more you can browse. Now, he's changed the entire name from Twitter, something original but still known nationwide, worldwide. Changed it from Twitter to X. And I'm pretty sure it's all because of his egotistical obsession with the fact that he has the domain x.com. So what are you going to do? What happens when you give someone with an ego billions of dollars? They use it to stroke their own ego. That's what happens. Cheers. Guilty tequila. Thank you, Gary. So today, I don't know why I confused a day with a year. Oh, I'll get it together, Will. Today is a day that will live in infamy. No, really. What happened today is I woke up. I was drinking a cup of coffee at the kitchen table as Val was getting ready for work. And can you guys hear like whenever I move around in my chair? You hear that, right? I'm sorry that I'm so fidgety. It's hard to stay still. I don't stay still much. Fucking deal with it. All right. I was drinking coffee in the kitchen at the table, just watching her get ready. And I was going through, I don't know, reels, I guess. Yeah. And I saw a video that I had seen before. And I don't remember. I didn't remember if I showed her this video yet. And it was, let's see if you guys have seen it. Because it got us like talking for a while. Not talking. I talked at her. I had a podcast. I basically ran this segment of this podcast right in front of her. She didn't even know. I didn't even know it was going to be on the podcast, but I thought this video was funny. It's T-Pain has his podcast. What we're going to do on my podcast is just listen to T-Pain's podcast for the next hour. Ready? Go. No. But at one point, Hannibal Buress was a guest on his podcast. And it looks like they were playing around with like a little NPC type of thing. That thing where you press a button to like play a beat, like. And Hannibal Buress started freestyling, quote unquote, but in the style of like super old school rap. And I say super old school because if you run into someone that was born in the year 2000, 2005, they're going to say that old school is, I don't know, like Ja Rule and Eminem. Hannibal was rapping like Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash type stuff. And this clip has kind of gone viral a little bit, and I found it to be hilarious. And let's see if you guys do too.
Hip hop, it started out in the park. Hip hop, you know.
Yeah, but that is really how simple and innocent fucking hip hop was when it first started. It was like, oh, we can rhyme words instead of just singing. Oh, what do we rap about? The simplest shit ever. That's it, in the simplest way.
Hip hop, it started out in the park. Hip hop, you know how we do it. We get out on the block, start break dancing. We hanging out with our friends, shaking hands. We do the dance. Go to the ball and shoot some hoop.
Okay.
Oh man, that got me cracking up. I had seen that video already, and it still cracked me up this morning when I watched it again. And I guess Val hadn't seen it because she was cracking up, and she had this moment where she looked at me. She was like, "Wait, was like hip hop like really like that?" I don't know why I just lost my voice at the end of that sentence. Did you hear that? Was hip hop really like that? Was hip hop really like that? And I was like, yeah, actually, yes. And I think I had brought up a song. Y'all know Basketball by Curtis Blow. Cause there's a part when Hannibal Buress is like, hip hop, it started off in the park. And it just reminded me of Curtis Blow and the way he raps in a song literally called Basketball. But before that, I decided to quite literally go back to the first rap song ever. And if y'all know, I'm fucking around with my mic a lot here. I like messed it up a little bit while touching it. My shit is so sensitive. Anyways. So I looked up the lyrics for the first rap song ever. And then I looked up the lyrics for Curtis Blow. And I was like, you know what? Let me look up lyrics for a couple of other songs and just see where we have a change in from simple to slightly more complex. And if we go back to the very first rap song ever, arguably, we have Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang. Y'all know it. A hip hop, a hip it, a hip it, a hip it, a hop it, a hip. No, you don't stop. You rock. Now, literally, that's the intro to the song, which sounds confusing, right? But here's the thing: I'm gonna call bullshit on lyrics that sound confusing when you're not using real words at all. Because the intro, the chorus to Rapper's Delight is basically making that's the doot 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 doot. That's the doot right here. I said a hip hop. That's the first line, and perhaps that's why the genre is now called hip hop. This guy named Wonder Mike says, I said a hip hop, the hippie, the hip hop, you don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie, say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie the beat. That was like 4 words and a lot of just bullshit. I said a hip hop. Hip hop was not a word when this came out. So that doesn't count. I said a hip hop, the hippie to the hip hop. It's the first lines ever in a hip hop song. You don't stop the rockin'. Finally, something that's kind of coherent. To the bang bang boogie, say up, jump the boogie. Whoa, lost me again. To the rhythm and the boogie, the beat. Sounds good, but what the fuck are you saying, man? Because I don't know. But now, let's get to verse 1. Like the first ever hip hop verse ever. It sounds like someone's giving you instructions to an exam. Now, what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. First line ever. I guess you got to explain to the world what's coming at you. And that's what it is. Now, what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are going to try to move your feet. Couldn't get any simpler than that, could it? Now he has to introduce himself. So he goes, you see, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello. All good. All good so far. Then we get to this line, and I'm like, what? To the black, to the white, the red and the brown, the purple and yellow. Whoa, man. All right, I get it. You want to say hi to all races. I get it. You know what? It is 1979, so whatever. But like, all right, the black to the white to the red, like, all right, welcome Native Americans. Like, Jesus, take it easy. The brown, so I'm cool, I guess, as a Puerto Rican Colombian. I could walk in. So I guess that means my Dominicans and Mexicans could walk in too. I guess all my Hispanics are allowed. My brown, does that mean Indians? I don't. Can the Middle Eastern come through? The brown, the purple. That's where you lose me, bro. You bring me back with yellow. All right, cool. You cool with the Asians too, but purple. Who is purple? Are you saying like aliens and Asians are allowed? Like, why are Asians after aliens? Is there some type of ethnicity that's known as purple that I'm not privy to? I Googled this. This is how deep I went into this dumb shit. I Googled if there was any like ethnicity that's associated with being purple. There was some weird, like one article said something about like Italians and eggplants and purple. And I don't know if that's true at all. Besides that, I don't know. Anyone out there know? Let's go back. Now, what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are going to try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello. To the black, to the white, to the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. All right. You plainly introduced what rap is, said that you want us to dance, told us your name, said hello, and then included every race plus purple. Thank you. And what do they go right back to? The doot. Because he says, but first I gotta bang, bang the boogie to the boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the bang to the boogie, let's rock. You don't stop. Rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. And then he explains to us what a collaboration is and says, and next on the mic, he goes, well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. Literally says exactly what he's doing in a collaboration. And he goes, and next on the mic is my man, Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. It is the most literal shit. The first ever hip hop verse ever. It's literal shit. It's doot, 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 and then literal shit. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. I want to make you move your feet. My name is Mike. Hello. Black, yellow, purple, yellow. Doot, 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 doot. Now you heard my voice. I have two friends. The next dude's name is Hank. He's going to sing that song. Bang. That's how simple hip hop was, man. And so remember I said the hip hop started out in the court. That's a Hannibal Buress line. That shit reminded me of Basketball by Curtis Blow. If you don't know how that shit goes, yes, you do. They're playing basketball. We love that basketball. They're playing basketball. We love that basketball. By the way, the intro to that song is that for 1 minute straight. You think I'm lying? Go to your Spotify, to your YouTube, whatever, press play, and then a minute later, you're going to realize the only 2 lines that you have heard are the playing basketball. Basketball. That's it. That's it for 1 minute straight. I'm not going to play it because I don't want those copyright shits on my YouTube, even though I don't make any money from this at all. It's all good. I just don't want the copyrights. But that's how it goes. The playing basketball. We love the basketball. For a minute. For a minute. And then Curtis Blow comes in. And it sounds like... Have you ever walked into someone's house that has kids, and after you're done rolling your eyes at all the children's artwork, you realize that on the fridge there's a piece of paper with terrible fucking handwriting from the 3 or 4-year-old or 5-year-old. How old are people when they start writing? Either way. Handwriting, terrible. Shit. It looks like the kid didn't figure out if he's left-handed or right-handed yet. And decided to write with his foot in the meanwhile. All of your kids. So on this fridge, it'll say... Like in print, it's printed like from a like a printer, computer, whatever it says. Activities you like to do. And the kid will be like, basketball is my favorite sport. What do you like about it? I like the way they dribble up and down the court. And Curtis Blow visited someone with a child and was standing at their fridge like this. And he looked at it at his friend. He said, "Hey, yo, what's this right here?" And her friend, mother of this child, was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean, Curtis Blow?" You know what? His name wasn't even Curtis Blow by then. It was just Curtis Breathing. And she was like, "Curtis, Mr. Breathing, what do you mean? What are you looking at?" Standing. I was about to get some drink, some iced tea out your fridge, and I seen this. Who wrote this? She's just looking at it. She's like, That's my son's. He wrote it in preschool. They wanted to know about him on his first day. And Curtis Breathing, standing there. So they asked him, "What's your favorite thing to do?" Yeah. They asked him, they just wanted to get to know my son. Like, what's your, pretty standard. What do you like to do? Why do you like it? All right. So they asked him, "What do you like to do?" And he said, "Basketball is my favorite sport." Yep. Yeah, he loves basketball. He loves it. He watches it on TV. We had to buy him one of those little tiny Fisher Price basketballs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice. And then this next question: what do you like about it? They asked him that. Huh? What do you like about it? Yeah, I mean that seems pretty standard. Yeah. And so this is his answer, huh? Yes, that's his answer. I mean, it's pretty. I know kids are pretty simple. Nah. That shit ain't simple. That shit is deep. I'm sorry, are we reading the same? Shut up. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Your son wrote that? How old is he? That's talent. I'ma steal that shit. Suddenly, he decides to open up a song with a minute's worth of "They play him basketball with another basketball, All right. A minute later, Curtis Blow comes in. Holding, because he can't memorize the lyrics on his own. He holds this child's preschool introductory little fucking worksheet up to his face, and he goes, "Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court." Boom! Bars, baby. Bars. And that child's mother got 0 residuals because Curtis breathing turned into Curtis Blow, and he blew all the haters away. Get away from me, child. You didn't copyright those lyrics. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Woo! You didn't know you had bars on your fridge, bitch. Get the fuck away from me. Then what's his next line? Just like I'm the king on the microphone, so is Dr. J and Moses Malone. The next thing, I bet you, was also stolen from the child. The child was just answering. Name 2 more things that you like about your favorite thing. I like slam dunks. Take me to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley-oop. And Curtis Blow was like, yes, give me more, baby. I like the pick and roll. I like the give and go. That's what Curtis did. He's like, I have 4 lyrics, 4 lines written down, but I need more. I'm gonna go back to this bitch's crib. He's looking at the fridge. He's like, nah, where's this kid at? Yo, hey, little man, sit down with me. I was reading this shit on your fridge. Says you like basketball. Basketball is my favorite sport. I know. That's how I start. Hey, you like it, right? Yeah. The way they dribble up and down the court. Yeah. I got that. But what else though? What else? Like, see, I'm thinking like, I was like, yo, I'm the king on the microphone, and then Dr. J, Moses Malone, they play basketball too, right? But like, I'm a little stuck after that. What you got? What else you like? What else do you like in basketball? I like slam dunks. Of course, dude. Why didn't I think of that? You like slam dunks. You know what, little man? I like slam dunks too. All right, but I got another brick wall in front of me, man. You gotta help me out. Why? Why do we like slam dunks? It take me to the hoop. Bro. Little man, you blew my mind. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Why you like the slam dunk? Because it takes me to the hoop. Damn, man. Why not think of that shit, bro? Bars. I like slam dunks. Take me to the hoop. Fuck. Is everything going right in there? We talk, yo. Let him cook. We good. We chilling, man. This is fucking gold, bro. All right. What we got so far? Basketball is my favorite sport. Dribble up and down the court. Dr. J, Moses Malone. Slam dunks take me to the hoop. Yeah. All right. He was talking about slam dunks and taking it to the hoop. You like that, huh? Yeah. But my favorite. Oh, you ain't told me your favorite yet? No. Whoa. All right. You like the way they dribble up and down the court. You like the slam dunks because it takes you to the hoop. But what? Come on, little man. I gotta know. What's your favorite? My favorite play is the alley-oop. Yes! It rhymes with hoop. Yes! This kid is your favorite play is the alley-oop. And I like the pick and roll. Whoa. There's more? You like the pick and roll? Yeah. And I like the give and go. What? You do? Yeah. Cause it's basketball. Mr. Curtis. Curtis. And then Curtis below. Curtis breathing at the time is just sitting there like mouth open, agape, writing everything down. He wasn't typing it into his phone. He had to write it down. And there, he turned every response that child gave to him into the classic song called Basketball. And he rapped, "Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Just like I'm the king on the microphone, so is Dr. J and Moses Malone. I like slam dunks, take me to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll. I like the give and go. Cause it's basketball, Mr. Curtis Blow." And that's it. Might as well been doot. I played this for my girl who, grew up in Siberia and didn't realize that rap was at one point like that. I think Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, had a bit similar to that about how he talked about how whenever people say like they hate new hip hop and they're like, oh, there's nothing like old school, obviously defensive because he is a new school rapper. He was like, y'all forget that old school hip hop is like, and he said, I forgot what he said, but he's like, I was walking to the park and blah, 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 blah. And I'm part of there's truth in that, man. There's so much truth in that. There's definitely some humor in the simplicity of like old school rap. But yeah, I remember no one was really doing it at all. You know, it was all singing, all sing-song songs that were sing-song. When you are like the first rapper and nothing's ever been rapped before, I guess everything is new, right? I started looking up lyrics for songs a couple of years later. And Rapper's Delight was 79. And then Basketball came out just 4 years later in 83. See, something started happening in hip hop where the rapper realized he doesn't just have to wait for the last word in every line to rhyme. You can rhyme multiple times in one line. And I don't know whether or not he was truly the first, if he was the first person to do this. Probably wasn't, but he might be the first that maybe mastered it or popularized it. But one of the earliest rappers that's blessed with this like elite level of praise is Rakim. Rakim is known as, his nickname is the God MC. It comes from a nickname of Rakim Allah that he did have, but to nickname yourself that and then still be acknowledged as a God MC by other people in the genre, in the game, in your craft, that takes a lot, man, you know? I'm drinking some dragon fruit. Dragon? Vitamin water. You know what it is if you know what it is. If you don't, go fuck yourself. So yeah. Rakim, I had always been obsessed with this one song of his. It's not exactly a deep cut. He has a song called Guess Who's Back that came out in 1997. And here he's rhyming just multiple times in every line in a way that at the time had been seen but not mastered like this. And this song is called Guess Who's Back. And it does not, where we just heard Curtis Blow go off and start with basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Here we have Rakim, and he just jumps right into it. By the way, no minute of chorus, no. 5 seconds into the song, he comes in and just starts with, it's the return of the wild style fashionist, smashing hits make it hard to adapt to this. Pfft. What? 97. It's the return of the wild style fashionist, smashing hits make it hard to adapt to this. Did I say this? This. Keeps going. Put pizzazz and jazz in this and cash in this. Master this, flash this, and make them clap to this. That's so many rhymes in just 4 lines. That's more rhymes than an entire basketball song in four lines. It's the return of the wild style fashionist, smashing hits, make it hard to adapt to this. Put pizzazz and jazz in this and cash in this, master this, flash this, and make them clap to this. DJs throw on cuts and obey the crowd. Just pump the volume up and play it loud. Hip hop's embedded. Before I said it, I wouldn't let it. But me and the microphone is still magnetic. That was 97. Straight off the top, I knew I'd be forced to rock. Dance floors just stopped, the spot scorching hot. Hoping I'll open Rakim Allah seminars, massage at the bar, smoking $10 cigars. What? While I admire MIDI with more visions than TVs, I find it easy catching diabetes from fly sweeties. MIDI, M-I-D-I. You know what that is? Oh, I thought I had my MIDI near me. Oh, yeah, I do. This right here is a MIDI. Yeah. I'm holding up a little keyboard, electronic keyboard. What was it? Musical instrument something or something? I don't know. I forgot. It's a way to play music on a laptop or whatever. While I admire MIDI with more visions than TV, I find it easy catching diabetes from fly sweeties. What did he say before that? Hoping I'll open Rakim Allah seminars, massage at the bar, smoking $10 cigars. There's not only a lot of rhyming that there's consonants and alliteration where you start making, you just start making the same types of sounds with your a bunch of S sounds in there, and it makes you just hear the same thing over and over. Massage at the bar, smoking $10 cigars. Hoping I'll open Rakim Allah seminars. Sit back and wait to hear a slamming track, rocking jams by popular demand. I'm back. Rakim, man. That's 97. Just 3 years later, we have what's like embedded in my mind as in my childhood as one of the probably the premier like example of squeezing in as many rhymes into like one verse. And for that, I need some guilty wine. I mean, a guilty wine. Guilty tequila. Thank you, Gary. For this, we're going to go to the year 2000. In the year 2000. Deep cut. We're going to go to the year 2000, and an album is out. It's this gentleman's second album. His first album was smashing records, and this next one smashed him even more. At least in the hip-hop genre. If you're anywhere near my age, I am 35, you guys will remember this album very well. The Marshall Mathers LP. There is a song called The Way I Am. And I know you remember that first verse. First of all, the intro is like, man, whatever. Dre, just let it run. Like he is. He's already letting it run. But Eminem just had to say, Dre, just let it run. Hey, yo, turn the beat up a little bit. Hey, yo. This song is for anyone. Fuck it. Just shut up and listen. That was the intro to the song. And if that song comes on right now, anyone anywhere near my age starts rapping just like this. I sit back with this pack of zigzags and this bag of this weed. It gives me the shit needed to be the most meanest MC on this earth. And since birth, I've been cursed with this curse. It just cursing this blurt, this berserk, this bizarre shit that works and it sells and it helps to itself to relieve all this tension, dispensing these sentences, getting this stress that's been eating me recently off of this chest. And again, I've been resting peacefully. But at least have the decency in you to leave me alone when you freaks see me out in the streets when I'm eating or feeding my daughter. Do not come and speak to me. I don't know you and no, I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. I'm not Mr. Insync. I'm not what your friends think. I'm not Mr. Friendly. I can be a prick if you tempt me. My tank is on empty. No patience is in me, and if you offend me, I'm lifting you 10 feet. In the air, I don't care who was there, who just saw me, just jaw you, go call you a lawyer, file you a lawsuit. I'll smile in the courtroom and buy you a wardrobe. I'm tired of all you. I don't mean to be mean, but that's all that could be is just me, cause I am. What are you saying I am? Woo! If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? How many fucking rhymes was that in one verse? And you know what? I thought it would be annoying as fuck to just rap that whole verse, but I guarantee you there's a bunch of y'all listening to this right now that just rap that entire goddamn verse with me. And to you, I say thank you. You're the real ones. Bing! Love you. M squeezed a million fucking rhymes in that verse, man. To go from, hey, this is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. To sit back with the pack is exactly this bag. It needed to be like Jesus Christ. That's more rhymes than their entire album. Than Sugar Hill's fucking album. And it all brings us. All this is just to say one thing. That hip hop has brought us to what I think is perhaps the greatest lyric of all time. And it came out this year, baby. 2023, right? Right? This is a 2023 song, if I'm not mistaken. If you don't know, you're about to find out. That boy's a liar. He said that I'm good enough. Grabbing my do-do-do. Whoa! Stop it right there. I don't care what you say for the rest of the verse. That's your first line. He said that I'm good enough. Grabbing my do-do-do. Give her the goddamn Grammy. I'm not even trolling. I'm not even kidding. Do you understand that when I heard that for the first time, he said that I'm good enough. Grabbing my do-do-do. Thinking about shit that I should enough. So I tell him this one of me. He making fun of me. That his girl's a bun of me. What? Yo, I spent my entire commute to work listening to that song and rewinding just to hear Ice Spice say, he said that I'm good enough. Grabbing my da-da-da. Thinking about shit that I should enough. Woo! Rewind that. He said that I'm good enough. Grabbing my da-da-da. Thinking about shit that I should have. Bring it back. He said that I'm good enough. Grabbing my da-da-da. Thinking about shit that I should have. Hell yeah, girl. Bring that shit right back. He said that I'm good enough. Grabbing my da-da-da. Hey, oh, what the fuck? Like, that is so... I wish I could write something that goddamn catchy. Say that I'm good enough. Grabbing my da-da-da. Say that I'm good enough. Grabbing my da-da-da. Grabbing my da-da-da. Grabbing my da-da-da. Grabbing my da-da-da. I will never. You know what's going to be the greatest thing I ever did in my life? Is filming a cat for 7 seconds in my backyard. 103 million views later, I've peaked. I will never have my grabbing my da-da-da moment. Ever, dude. And you know what's crazy? If I do come up with a line as good as grabbing my da-da-da, that shit will not get 103 million views. I'm lucky if I get a quarter of that. Thinking about shit that I shouldn't have. His girl up under me. Let that boy is cap. Say he home, but I know where he at. But he blowing her back. Thinking about me because I know that it's fat. I know there's people out you thinking that I'm trolling right now, but ready. If you think that I'm trolling, like that boy is cap. That boy's a lion. Listen, did you not listen to the last episode? It's a Barbie world, all right? If you come hitting at me because I love that goddamn lyric, you coming at the wrong motherfucker. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's all I got to say about you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. From here on out, if someone says something that I don't give a fuck about, I'm just going to put my hand in your face and be like, da-da-da-da-da-da. Get out of my face. Start it off. in the park. Do 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 do. We went from do 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 to grabbing my da da da. Do 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 grabbing my da da da. Do 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 grabbing my da da da. Do 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 grabbing my da da da. A hip hop, a hibbit, grab my da da do 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 grabbing my da 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 do 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 hibbit beat. If Sugar Hill Gang could have come up with grabbing my da-da-da, they would have came up with grabbing my da-da-da, but they didn't, all right? So they gotta fucking sit there and be quiet while they fucking listen to Ice Spice going, grabbing my da-da-da. You think I'm kidding? That song is fire. That song is fire. That song is fire. Dave's probably like fucking... Dave is killing himself like the sad balloons that I walked in on in the beginning of this episode, and then burying himself, and then rolling around in his grave right now. That's what's happening to Dave. So that Tony Bennett will forever be in his Spotify top 5 at the end of the year. That's what's going on. Can I say that I opened up like my notes, and Curtis Blow basketball was like the second thing? Maybe first? No, I forgot if I had something written before that. Oh, I did. I had X written before that, just in case I wanted to talk about Elon. I had X and Curtis Blow written down. I thought that was going to be like my quick intro to this episode. It's an hour and like 17 minutes later. I talk a lot, guys. Like every time I sit down here, I'm like, oh God. What am I going to talk about? I've got nothing. And then I look at one note and I get all worked up, and then I'm like, fuck, I got to go. I have nowhere to go right now. It's an hour 17 in. I can keep going for like another hour if I wanted to. Do you guys want to talk for another hour? I don't really want to talk for another hour. How about I look at what else do I got? Oh. Yeah, I actually got, so I've been working at the Comedy Cellar, and I've seen Dave Chappelle. And I don't know if it was because I was like hearing that he comes through, that like, you know, he wasn't here that long ago. That when I did see him, although I was kind of in awe that he was there, I'm going to say I wasn't starstruck. And I remember trying to think about if there was anyone that I would be starstruck by right now, if they were like in front of me. And New Yorkers have this ability to just not be starstruck by people. We're much less privy to it than I guess people. New York and LA. Besides people in those two cities, I think you get starstruck a lot more. Early on working in the Comedy Cellar, my dumbass was like, oh shit, Colin Quinn, Dave Attell, Shane Gillis, and then Dave put me on a Jordan Jensen, and she walks in the next day. I'm like, oh shit, Jordan Jensen. I'm like, oh shit, Jim Norton, but these are like now people I see every day, basically, and that level of starstruck mentality is very different. I thought that was me being starstruck. Then I saw Dave Chappelle, and I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. But I didn't feel starstruck, really. That brings me to this past Monday. And I was working upstairs. Every Monday there's a live band that plays, so it gets kind of busy. And we still have, a bunch of sold out shows downstairs. So I'm busy making a bunch of drinks, and then suddenly someone comes up to the bar and just asks me for a glass with ice. Can I get a glass of ice? And I go, yeah, sure, no problem. And I look at the person quickly, and nothing registers in my head. And I just get the glass, and I put ice, and I was like, what the fuck? And I look up at him, and as I give him the ice, and I smile, and I feel like that smile is a little awkward. I just do. And I go, here you go. And then I think it's I think it's who I think it is. And I'm like, here you go. How you doing? And he goes, yeah, fine. Thanks. And just smiles nicely and walks away. And I will get starstruck by different people than you will. And I was starstruck on this one because I started feeling something that I could only describe as anxiety at the point. And I had to have this moment where I like took a deep breath and I looked around, and even though it was still busy, I had to realize nothing had gone wrong. Nothing is wrong. I am on top of things. Everyone is fine. All the drinks have been made. Like, you're good. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I realized you're not feeling anxiety. I think you're a little starstruck. This is me talking to myself. I think your body's just reacting to being face to face to someone that you actually like really kind of love. And that person is Ray Romano. Everybody loves Ray. I have seen every episode of Everybody Loves Ray multiple times. There are very few shows that exist that use the classic like 3-camera style laugh track or live audience style of recording that I think is truly funny and still holds up. I'm one of those people that watched every episode of Friends growing up, but cannot really watch it anymore. To me, Friends is that type of show that just doesn't hold up anymore. And I know there's a huge population of people out there that can watch Friends every day the way that I watch. I can put on The Office or like any day in the background. And shows like that for me, like I can do that with Seinfeld. And me personally, I can do that with Everybody Loves Raymond. I am that into that show. And you know what? See, I one of the coolest things about living and being in love with someone from fucking Siberia is me coming to the realization of how much Americana I've taken for granted. Especially in TV and film. Because I was able to be the one to expose Val to my two favorite TV shows of all time, The Sopranos and The Wire. She had never seen them. And then we watched both of them back to back. Like we were obsessively watching The Sopranos and obsessively watched The Wire. I remember the moment we finished The Sopranos, she's like, "You've ruined all of TV for me forever." And I was like, well, welcome to my world. This is how I felt for decades now. And we watched The Wire, and I told her this came out before The Sopranos. It just didn't even get the fucking recognition it deserved. And she couldn't believe it. We watched all 5 seasons, and she was floored. You know? She saw Michael B. Jordan come to prominence. She saw Idris Elba. So she had seen all that. What were we talking about? And I love just like kind of exposing her to like, I guess stuff that we take for granted, that we watch normally or whatever. And she had already seen The Office, because I guess that's just so amazing of a show, but also more recent. She had never seen Seinfeld or Everybody Loves Raymond. And I have to admit, I was eager to show her other shows or other things like The Sopranos and The Wire, because I was like, this is no doubt about it. Like, if you don't like this, you just don't know good shit. And thank God she loved it. I was a little bit more hesitant to expose her to Seinfeld, and definitely more hesitant for Everybody Loves Raymond. Because now we're talking about the type of show that like has people laughing out loud in the show. You know, whether it's because of a live studio audience or them introducing a laugh track. That's a different type of comedy. I know that she likes The Office. I know like she likes Parks and Rec, and some of the fans of those two shows like Community. I'm not one of those guys, but whatever, to each his own. There's no laugh track to that. There's no one laughing to that. You know, it's very different. You know, The Office, the UK Office kind of pioneered that, and then the US Office introduced that into American TV, and then every show basically did that. I mean, Parks and Rec could have been a spinoff of The Office, and then a lot of times I wish it was. Could you imagine if it was just like Karen left fucking becoming a salesperson to maybe not study being a nurse, but something else, and like she could have been a phlebotomist and taken just a couple of year course or whatever, and just gotten into, then became a nurse throughout the years or whatever. It could have been a spinoff. But anyways, that's a different episode, I guess. Whatever, blah blah. Those are shows without laugh tracks. There's no laughing, no ha 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 after every joke. Seinfeld, there was laughing after every joke. Everybody Loves Raymond, laughing after every joke. So those are like the only two shows that I am obsessed with that are in that old school style. Because Friends was something I grew up with, but like it's hard for me to like watch it and not be annoyed now, as opposed to entertained. That's just, I don't know. Y'all didn't grow out of Friends. Y'all still watch it and love it. I can't really that much anymore. So the one y'all want to know why I put on Everybody Loves Raymond for her? Seinfeld was just, it was too much. Like every time something happened with us, I'd be like, well, there's a Seinfeld episode about this. There's a Seinfeld episode about this. There's a Seinfeld episode about this. And I put her onto it, and seeing somebody being exposed to the character of George Costanza for the first time ever is a thing of beauty, man. Because there are times, man, we were watching episodes where she thinks that George is going to like end up finally like on the positive end of things. And I just like laugh like, wow, you naive girl, you. The episode where George Costanza becomes a hand model and everything starts going his way. Val literally turned to me. She's like, oh my God, finally George gets to win. And I was just like, oh, this naive girl has no idea. And right at the end of the episode, spoiler to a fucking show that was out for 20 years, George gets knocked into a fucking iron and burns his hands and can no longer be a hand model. And Val literally yelled out loud, no! While I'm just dying in the corner. Because this show is just affecting someone so gutturally 20 years after it came out. You know, and I was happy about that. But Everybody Loves Raymond, I thought was more family friendly, more cookie cutter, not as edgy as even Seinfeld was. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be like the show where she looks at it and she's like, wow, you used to watch this? Like, really? Like, this is like mad corny, you know, because it was a CBS family show. But there was something that was going on in this apartment before I ever lived here that reminded me of an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. And I live in this apartment because my girlfriend's old roommate moved out before the lease ran out. They moved into this place together, this duplex in Bushwick. But she got this promotion in Baltimore and had to move before the lease ran out. And she actually agreed, good on her, to pay for her side of the rent for the rest of the lease. So my girl at least had a couple of months. But what was going to happen is, once the lease ran out, if she couldn't find a roommate, they'd have to give it up. In come me, and I say, oh, no problem. Then how about we just live together? I cover the other half, and the two of us live in this fucking 2-bedroom duplex in Bushwick. And that's what we're fucking doing. But before that all became official, I used to be here all the time. And she, the roommate, used to be here all the time as well. And so not only were the two of them living here, both of their boyfriends would be here all the time. So I was one of them. And the other one, by the way, the other boyfriend, he's the one that bought me this guilty tequila. What happened with them? Not important. With us, we're here living in this apartment. But before then, I was just a visitor in this apartment. And there was some trip that the other couple had gone on. And, oh, you know what? I'm lying. It wasn't even a trip. They had just gone out one night. They were going out to like dinner or some show or some club or whatever. And they were pre-gaming. So it's whatever. No big deal, I guess. But they went down and grabbed a bottle of liquor from the bar downstairs, which is, mostly stocked by me. But that's besides the point. Grabbed the bottle of liquor, came upstairs to the kitchen, opened up that bottle of liquor, kind of like this. And the two of them were drinking. Pouring out some liquor like that. Putting the cap back on. And taking shots like this. Ready? Watch. Mm-hmm. And then what happened? They put the bottle of liquor right back down on the kitchen table. And went out to have a good time. Drinking and partying at whatever dinner or club they went to. Then they came back. Went to sleep. That bottle of liquor still on the kitchen table. A couple of days later, I come through to visit my girl at the apartment that isn't mine yet. And I see a bottle of liquor on the kitchen table. And I was like, oh, someone been drinking? And Val's like, yeah. 3 days ago. And I was like, oh. Were you drinking? She's like, no, they were. 3 days ago. I was like, oh, and the bottle's still there? She's like, yeah. Would you look at that? I just laughed and I was like, wow. Would you look at that? Fast forward to the weekend. It's not 7 days. But look, still there. Still there. I mean, they all use the kitchen. They all cook. No one's moving that bottle. It becomes a Cold War. Val's not going to move that bottle. She didn't fucking put that bottle on the goddamn table. Why the fuck should it be her responsibility? The roommate ain't going to move that bottle. Why? Who the fuck knows why? And the guilty guy that bought this bottle of tequila right here, he's not going to move the bottle either. Why? Who the fuck knows why? They were the ones that put the bottle there. But they sure as hell ain't going to be the ones that put it back. By the way, you want to know what's crazy? It wasn't even their bottle of liquor. Woo! It was my bottle of liquor. I didn't even live there. And I stocked most of that bar. And every time I came back to visit, I'd be like, oh, that's funny. I could have sworn I had a lot more liquor than this. And I know I don't drink vodka. I know I bought that for the girl that I'm dating. And she says she hasn't drank in the past week. But it's all gone. Shit like that just happened to fucking go down at this crib. You know what I mean? And here we go. My bottle of liquor that I bought is being drank and left on the kitchen table for over a week. I leave. I come back 10 days later. You want to know what? Bottle of liquor still there. I tell Val, I'm like, at this point, this is the most passive-aggressive argument that no one's ever talked about in this apartment, because this has got to be a thing, right? And she's like, no, I actually think that they're so... that they literally don't think that this bottle of liquor on this table is an annoying big deal at all. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. It's the only thing I can think about visiting this place now. Why am I bringing all this up? There's an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond where Ray and his wife Deborah come home from a trip to visit Deborah's parents in Connecticut. Couldn't get more boring than that, right? And they bring home luggage and leave it at the end of the steps and go up the stairs to their room. They come back the next day and no one picks up the luggage. And by that night, no one picks up the luggage. And a week goes by and the luggage stays by the end of the stairs. 2 weeks go by. It starts getting vindictive. At one point, Ray stuffs smelly cheese in the luggage just to make sure Deborah fucking looks inside and picks it up or something. It gets fucking passive aggressive, man. I keep visiting this apartment and this bottle of fucking Tito's isn't moving. And I'm like, I've seen this in an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. This is nuts. And Val was so mad about that bottle of liquor. That one night I was like, can I just show you something that I'm not sure you'll like? But let's give it a shot. And I put on that episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. I didn't, no pilot episode, no first season. Fuck that. I just went right to that episode. Baggage. That's what it was called. Baggage. I put it on and just crossed my fingers. And can I say that when Val was laughing out loud, gut laughing, and holding back tears, I was happy. Because I love that show, man. And since then, she's watched that show as often as she will watch The Office or Seinfeld. That has made her pantheon of favorite shows. And I'm glad. Because I've always had this love for Ray Romano. I don't know if it's... I think a lot of me sees myself in the Ray Barone character in the sense that I don't know. I see myself as like this fumbling doofus that somehow gets by in a silly comedic way. I don't know. I've seen that. And listen, the amount of times that we've been watching, that me and Val will watch an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond and Val will laugh. I'll laugh, but then she laughs twice as hard. Wipes a tear from her eye and then looks at me and says, "That's you." Listen, I saw a little bit of myself in Ray. She sees all of me in Ray. That's you know what? That's the man she chose. So I guess the joke's on her. And I guess because I see so much of myself in him, and Val sees so much of myself in him, me giving a glass of ice to Ray Romano at work, yeah, I was starstruck. Sometimes I really like my new job. That's it for tonight, guys. Thank you guys for listening. As always, let's get this right this time. Be sure to rate and review me on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Spotify Podcasts. I'm on Google Podcasts. I'm on a bunch more. I'm not sure what else. Go find me. While you're at it, follow me at I'm Will Bryant on all platforms. That includes Instagram, YouTube, X, TikTok, Twitch, Threads, and Spotify. That's 3 words at I'm Will Bryant. Like Kobe. This has been Big Kid with Will Bryant. I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. And until next time, peace. The man, Becky Lynch. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Peace.